Good evening, everybody. Today we are going to discuss about the authority, responsibility, delegation of authority, centralization. All the aspect we'll discuss today. So, what is power? First of all, power refers to the ability or capacity to influence the behavior or attitude of other individual. So, it is your ability or it is capacity or capability to influence the other's behavior. How with others, how you can able to influence others behavior with your capability, okay, with your not with your position. So that is known as what? Power. So power may be used in terms of his ability to give rewards, punish individuals, withdraw rewards. So power क्या होता है? How you can measure the powers? Okay, it may be the ability, you may have the ability to give reward. तुम दूसरे को रिवार्ड दे सकते हो तुम्हारे एबिलिटी के अनुसार. सो वो आपका क्या है? पावर है. आप दूसरे को पनिश भी कर सकते हो, दूसरे इंडिविजुअल, वो आपका पावर है. एंड आप जो रिवार्ड दिए हैं वो भी छीन सकते हो. सो बिकॉज यू आर हैविंग द एबिलिटी, सो इन दिस वे द पावर कैन बी मेजर्ड. Then power is a personal force that enables a person to change the behavior of others. So हर किसी के पास पावर नहीं होता है. There are certain person who are having the personal power, okay, or personal force. If you talk an example of, if you see the BJP government, okay, there are certain people who are having the power, okay, like Amit Shah, he is having that kind of power in his hand. If you see other minister, you might not have observed that kind of power. So that's why power is the personal force that enables a person to change the behavior of other. So because of your personal force, you can influence, you can enable a particular person to change his behavior, is known as what? Power. The sources of power. What are the different sources of power are there? We'll discuss. The sources of power may be reward power, coercive power, expert power, referent power, legitimate power. These are the different powers are there. First one is reward power. Reward power का मतलब क्या है? If you are in a position to give reward to a particular individual, either financial reward or non-financial reward. Financial reward means salary, bonus, incentives, then that is financial reward. If non-financial reward you can give also like recognition, like prestige, like praise. Okay, through this way you can give the non-financial award to someone. So reward power means either financial or non-financial power you can give, you can have, that is known as reward power. Okay, you have the both financial power as well as non-financial power, that is coming under what? Reward power. Then coercive power. Coercive means you can, thus it is just opposite to the reward power. If you are not following that rules, if you are not following that regulation, if you are not doing that particular task, you will be punished, you will be fired, you will be dismissed from the organization if you are not doing that thing. So that power is known as what? Coercive power, where you are getting the things forcefully by hook or crook, okay, because of your power or ability. Then expert power. Thereafter what? Expert power. Expert power means these are the certain power which are based upon your expertise, which are based upon your skills. A teacher is having the expertise power, so that he is dominating over the students. So that is known as what? Expert power, because of your expertise, because of certain knowledge, because of certain skills. Then referent power. Referent power are those power which can mold all the people to drive towards someone. So the example is Gandhiji. Okay, the path that Gandhiji is following, non-violence, okay, peace, or everybody, because of that particular power, they are just following Gandhiji. Okay, so that power is known as what? Referent power. Next one is legitimate power. Legitimate power arises because of the legal position, because of certain position in your organization. Legally you are having that particular designation, so that's why you are enjoying that particular power, is known as what? Legitimate power. So the source of power may be reward power, जो कि फिनेंशियल हो सकता है, नॉन फाइनेंशियल पावर हो सकता है, ओके, सैलरी हो सकता है, बोनस हो सकता है, इंसेंटिव हो सकता है, जो कि फिनेंशियल पावर है. नॉन फाइनेंशियल पावर क्या है? प्रेस्टीज है, ओके, रिकॉग्निशन है, ओके प्रेज है वो क्या है, नॉन फाइनेंशियल पावर है. कोर्सिव पावर इज जस्ट ऑपोजिट टू रिवार्ड पावर, वेयर यू आर गेटिंग द थिंग्स बाय फोर्स, by warning to someone, okay, by giving threatening to someone, you are getting the things, that is known as coercive power. Then expert power, because of certain knowledge, certain skills enjoyed by a particular person, you are getting having that power, that is known as expert power. Then referent power. Referent power means what? You are having the power so that others are following to you because of your personality, that is known as referent power. Then legitimate power. Legitimate power arises because of certain legal position you are having, certain designation you are having in the particular position, that is known as legitimate power. These are the sources of power. Then authority. What is authority? In management, authority may be defined as a right to guide and direct the actions of others and secure from them responses which are appropriate to the attainment of the goals of the organization. Authority may be defined as the power to take decision which guide the actions of other. So authority means what? It is the power to take decision. तुम्हारे कभी कभी बोलते हैं लोग, तुमको वो अथॉरिटी नहीं दिया गया है, यू आर नॉट ऑथराइज्ड. Okay, so what is authority then? Authority means it is defined as the power to take decision. You are having the power to take decision and guide the actions of other, that is known as what? Authority. Again, in management, authority may be defined as the right to guide and direct the actions of other to secure from them responses which are appropriate to the attainment of the goals of the organization. So you can have the right to take the decisions. You can direct someone so that he can respond and he can be able to achieve the goal, is known as what? Authority. Okay, so authority means it is just the power to take the decision and to guide the actions of other, is known as what? Authority. Then characteristics of authority. The authority given to a position is legal and legitimate. Authority किसके पास होता है? जिसके पास क्या होता है? Position होता है. If you are not having the position, then you are not enjoying the authority. So legitimate, you are having the position, legally you are enjoying the position, so that's why you are having what? Authority. Okay, आपके पास authority है, क्यों? आपके पास legally वो position occupied है, आप higher rank का हो, इसलिए आपके पास authority है. Legitimately you are having a particular position. If somebody is 3 star, somebody is 2 star, somebody 1 star, then 3 star is much more having the authority. So that means you are legally, that is quite legally that is applied, and also it is legitimate. Then the authority enjoyed by a position is not unlimited. तुम्हारे पास कितना पावर है, तुम्हारा कितना ऑथोरिटी है, दैट इज़ नॉट अनलिमिटेड, दैट इज़ ऑलवेज लिमिटेड. तुम अपना पावर को, तुम अपना ऑथोरिटी को कितना यूज़ करोगे वो क्या है? लिमिटेड है. तुम्हारे ऑथोरिटी से बियॉन्ड यू कांट यूज़ योर पावर. ओके, तुमको ऑथोरिटी दिया गया है, मतलब तुमको ये ऑथोरिटी, तुमको अगर ये एरिया में ऑथोरिटी दिया गया है तो तुम ये एरिया में ही तुम क्या करोगे? You have to take decision, or you have to use your power. If you are not authorized, then you can't do the exercise of your power. So that's why the authority enjoyed by a position is not unlimited. So your authority is quite limited. So उस एरिया में ही आप क्या करोगे? ऑथोरिटी को इस्तेमाल करोगे. Authority is a relationship between two individuals. One is superior and other one is subordinate. So authority किसके पास होता है? So ऑथोरिटी सुपीरियर के पास होता है, जहाँ पे कि ऑथोरिटी किसको देता है? सुपीरियर सबऑर्डिनेट को देता है. ओके, सो इट इज़ द रिलेशनशिप, बिकॉज ऑफ द रिलेशनशिप ओनली दिस पर्टिकुलर ऑथोरिटी अराइजेस. ओके, ऑथोरिटी किसके पास होता है? सुपीरियर के पास होता है. ओके, ऑथोरिटी इज यूज टू अचीव ऑर्गेनाइजेशन गोल. सो ऑथोरिटी का मेन मकसद क्या है? व्हाट इज द मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ ऑथोरिटी? यू कैन एबल टू अचीव द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन गोल. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑब्जेक्टिव यू कैन अकम्प्लिश बिकॉज ऑफ योर ऑथोरिटी. ओके, आपके पास ऑथोरिटी होगा, आप साइलेंट बैठने से कुछ नहीं फ़ायदा होने वाला है. इसलिए हाउ यू कैन यूज़ योर ऑथोरिटी टू अचीव द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन गोल, दैट इज इम्पॉर्टेंट. Then actions and behavior of his subordinate, it provides the basis for getting the things done. So authority में क्या होता है? This particular superior or manager can able to get the things done because of the authority. Okay. Then authority also means for coordination. Authority also means of what? कोऑर्डिनेशन. ओके, सो अथॉरिटी में क्या होता है, आप एक दूसरे को क्या करते हो, कोऑर्डिनेट करते हो. सो अथॉरिटी हेल्प्स फॉर द कोऑर्डिनेशन. Authority gives right of decision making because a manager can give orders only when he decides what his subordinates should or should not do. Okay, so authority gives the right of decision making. So authority किसके पास होता है, मैनेजर के पास होता है. Okay, and he decide what his subordinates should or should not do. It is because of the authority only manager should decide, okay, what a particular subordinate has to do or should not do. Authority in itself is an objective thing, but its existence is always subjective. It is, authority is always objective oriented. Okay, but the thing is always whatever it is subjective. Then delegation of authority. So next one came after the authority, what? Delegation of authority. Delegation मतलब क्या है, ट्रांसफर. आप कैसे अपना अथॉरिटी को, अपना पावर को आप सुपीरियर से कैसे सबऑर्डिनेट जाता है, उसको क्या बोलते हैं, डेलीगेशन ऑफ अथॉरिटी. हाउ द authority can transfer from one superior to another subordinate, that is known as delegation of authority. So delegation of authority is the process a manager follows in dividing the work assigned to him so that he perform the part which only he, because of his unique organization placement, can perform effectively, and so that he can get others to help with what remains. So what is that? सो यहाँ पे डेलीगेशन ऑफ अथॉरिटी का मतलब क्या है, हाउ यू कैन ट्रांसफर योर पावर टू अनदर पर्सन सो दैट you can concentrate on different policy making things, different strategic things you can concentrate on, daily routine type of things you can transfer that particular power or that particular authority to your subordinates so that they can see the regular jobs or routine type of job they can say, and you can go for as a manager you can see the strategic job. So that is known as what? Delegation of authority. Delegation means transfer of your authority from you as a superior to other subordinates, so that subordinate what are the things will come to the subordinate side, they will take the decision, they will do the particular task. Okay, so you are giving the power, your power, to someone. That is known as delegation of authority. Then characteristics. What is the characteristics of delegation? Delegation takes place when a superior grants some discretion to a subordinate. Okay, so when delegation arises, delegation takes place when a superior grants. If you are there, if you are not willing to give somebody the authority, then it lies with you only. So it depends upon the superior how he grants some authority to the subordinate. So delegation takes place when a superior grants. It is depends upon the superior who has to grant the authority to the subordinate. Until or unless the superior has the willingness, then he could not able to superior not having the willingness, you could not able to give the permission, grant the particular authority to someone. Okay, a manager can't delegate the entire authority to his subordinate. So आपके पास as a superior or manager, if you are having the power, you can't completely delegate your power to other. Okay, some power you can delegate to perform a particular task, but you can't delegate whole of your power to someone. Suppose there is 3 star, there is 1 star is there. What the 3 star is having the power, he could not delegate the whole power to the 1 star. So that's why it is certain limitation is there. The routine decision and policy decision. There are routine decisions are there and there are policy related decisions are there. Routine decisions are taken by the subordinates, but the policy decisions they are taken by the managers or supervisors. The extent of authority which is delegated depends upon several factors. There are different factors which are responsible for the delegation. कौन सा फैक्टर है? डेलीगेशन करते समय उस सबऑर्डिनेट का माइंड सेटअप क्या है, सबऑर्डिनेट का कॉम्पिटेंसी क्या है, सबऑर्डिनेट का इंटरेस्ट क्या है, सबऑर्डिनेट क्या उसका एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या है, ये सारे चीज़ इंपॉर्टेंट है. डेलीगेशन करते समय मैं सुपीरियर हूँ, हाउ मच आई एम कॉन्फिडेंट विद द सबऑर्डिनेट, could I lose anything, could I am not having that kind of skills so that I am going to delegate someone. So these are all factors which counts while delegation of authority. Okay, delegation does not imply reduction in the authority of a manager. So delegation जब होता है ये नहीं कि आप अपना authority को खो देते हो, आपका authority reduce हो रहा है. Okay, delegation may be specific or general, written or implied, formal or informal. मेरी absence में वो काम करेगा. ओके, एचओडी के एब्सेंस में असिस्टेंट एचओडी काम करेगा। ओके, डिपार्टमेंट मैनेजर का एब्सेंट में असिस्टेंट डिपार्टमेंट मैनेजर काम करेगा। सो इट मे बी ओरल, इट मे बी रिटन, इट मे बी इम्प्लाइड, इट मे बी फॉर्मल और इनफॉर्मल। ये फॉर्मल भी हो सकता है, इनफॉर्मल भी हो सकता है, रिटन हो सकता है, ओरल हो सकता है। सो दिस इज नोन एज डेलीगेशन। डेलीगेशन डज नॉट मीन एब्डिक्शन ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। डेलीगेशन जब आप अपने काम को दूसरे को दे दिए, डेलीगेशन आप अपना पावर जो दूसरे लोगों को दे दिए, दैट डज नॉट मीन्स दैट यू आर अवे फ्रॉम द योर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। You should be responsible for all the actions taken by your subordinate. Okay, then what are the steps of process of delegation? This is the step. For first one is determination of results expected, then assignment of duties, granting of authority, creating accountability for performance. So first steps or process of delegation is determination of results expected. What is the result you are going to expect? What kind of things you are going to expect from the particular subordinate? So that is the first thing is about the result expectation. Okay, whenever someone is delegating any kind of authority, you should first see what is the result he want from the subordinate. What are the result he want to expect? Then assignment of duties. Then after that assignment of duty, you should give certain duty to whom? To that particular subordinates. देर आफ्टर ग्रांटिंग अथॉरिटी। ओके, आप एक को क्या है ड्यूटी दे दिए, रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दे दिए, उसके बाद उसको क्या देना पड़ेगा? अथॉरिटी देना पड़ेगा। देन क्रिएटिंग अकाउंटेबिलिटी फॉर परफॉर्मेंस। ओके, सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल व्हाट आर द रिजल्ट यू आर गोइंग टू एक्सपेक्ट फ्रॉम ए इंडिविजुअल और सबऑर्डिनेट, you have to decide. Thereafter you have to give the task to him, thereafter you have to give the responsibility to him, and thereafter you, apart from this particular responsibility, you have to give what? Authority. Without authority he could not able to work. So there should be a balance in between the authority as well as what? Responsibility. And at last that particular subordinate has to be accountable. And as you are a superior also, you should be accountable to your boss also, to your superior also. So subordinates should be accountable to their superiors. Okay, what he did actually, whether how much extent the work has been completed, okay, how much extent the work has been successful. In order to check that one, the particular subordinate has to be accountable, or every subordinate has to be accountable to their superiors. So this is known as what? Steps or process of delegation. Steps and process, or we can say elements of delegation, एलिमेंट्स और कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ डेलीगेशन हम बोल सकते हैं। सो पहले क्या है? व्हाट इज द रिजल्ट यू आर एक्सपेक्टिंग टू गेट, एंड दूसरा क्या है? यू हैव टू गिव द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। तीसरा क्या है? यू हैव टू डेलीगेट द पावर और ग्रांटिंग द अथॉरिटी। ओके, देयर आफ्टर यू द पर्टिकुलर सबऑर्डिनेट हैज़ टू बी अकाउंटेबल। ओके, तुमको अथॉरिटी दिया गया है, तुमको पावर दिया गया है, तुमको रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दिया गया है, तुमसे क्या उम्मीद रखता है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, वो भी एक्सपेक्टेड। what is the result expected, that is already defined. So ultimately what actually you are going to achieve, that you have to, whether you are what is the result expected and how much actual result you are getting. So on that basis, if the result is good, if the performance is good, then that is welcome. If the performance is not good, then there is a question mark. Then importance of delegation. What are the importance of delegation? फर्स्ट वन इज डिस्ट्रीब्यूट देयर वर्कलोड. सो यहाँ पे इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ डेलीगेशन क्या है? डिस्ट्रीब्यूट देयर वर्कलोड. इसका मतलब क्या है? आप अपना जो वर्कलोड है सपोज ए मैनेजर इज देयर, ही इज हैविंग डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ रोल टू प्ले. So he has to consider only the policy making things or the routine type of workload he has to give to the subordinates. Okay, so distribute the workload. Then delegation facilitates quick decision. Okay, once you give the power to someone, once you delegate the power to someone, once you delegate the authority to someone, then the decision making become quick, because on behalf of you someone is taking decision, they are not depending. Once you depending upon someone, then there is a delay in decision making. So that's why you can quickly take decision. Delegation helps to improve the job satisfaction. Once you delegate someone, then he can do the job properly, and because of he is getting certain power, and that leads to what? Job satisfaction. Then maintain healthy relationship with them. When you are delegating the power or authority to someone, that helpful for you for maintaining good relationship with your subordinate. and there should be a good relationship among the manager and his subordinate. Delegates binds the formal organization together. So delegates also binds the formal organization. Delegation is a philosophy, delegation is a principle. Anyhow, by hook or crook, a particular manager has to delegate to make the things to be smoother, to make the things to be accomplished in a smoother manner. So that's why it is the delegation which binds the formal organization together. जो कि formal organization में लोगों कौन superior है, कौन subordinate है, कौन किसको power भेज रहा है, कौन authority transfer कर रहा है. So it binds the formal organization together. It enables a manager to obtain the specialized knowledge. So once you delegate the someone power, someone you are delegating the authority, it might happen that he will come with the latest or specialized knowledge. He will have the creativity or innovation. So that can come through this particular delegation, or he can do the work much more efficient way than you. So that's why it is more important that how you are delegating the work to someone. Okay. Then difficulties in delegation or delegator. Someone who delegates the authority is known as delegator, and someone who takes the delegation is known as delegatee. Okay, so what is the difficulty or what is the limitation of delegation on the part of delegator? Delegator means someone who is having the authority to delegate the authority to subordinate. So, यहाँ पे superior के बारे में हम डिस्कशन कर रहे हैं. व्हाट इज द लिमिटेशन ऑफ डेलीगेशन, व्हाट इज द डिफिकल्टीज अराइजिंग इन डेलीगेशन. ओके, फर्स्ट ऑन द पार्ट ऑन द साइड ऑफ अ डेलीगेटर, रिडक्शन ऑफ देयर इन्फ्लुएंस. ओके, यहाँ पे हमेशा क्या होता है, एक सुपीरियर हमेशा कंफ्यूजन में रहता है, वो हेजिटेशन में रहता है. अगर मैं मेरा अथॉरिटी दूसरे को दे दूँ तो मेरा जो इन्फ्लुएंसिंग पावर क्या हो जाएगा, घट जाएगा, कम हो जाएगा. इसलिए वो क्या करता है, अपना अथॉरिटी को दूसरे लोगों को या अपने सबऑर्डिनेट को delegate नहीं करता है. So it is the difficulty which arises due to the delegation. Then that none can do the job as well. So if the delegator, if the superior feels that he is the person, superior is the person, he can do the particular task most perfect manner. If you compare all the subordinate, then if that could be the notion, then he could not able to do delegation, or could not able to delegate his authority to his subordinate, because he is the man who is having the confidence to do the particular task much more better manner than others. Then manager is incompetent his work methods. If the manager feels that if the manager is having the incompetent, if the manager is having don't having the knowledge about different work methods or techniques, then he will hesitate to delegate the authority to his subordinates. Okay, afraid of wrong decision by subordinate, it might arise that subordinate may, because of the authority, they might take a different wrong decision. So it is the part of the delegator who always hesitate, always afraid of wrong decision by subordinates. Okay, subordinate हो सकता है subordinate wrong decision ले, okay, अगर authority उसको दे दिया, so इसलिए वो delegate नहीं करता है superior. Subordinates are not capable and reliable. If the subordinates are not reliable according to the superior, according to the delegator, then he will never delegate his power to anybody if it is not reliable or capable. Lack of ability to guide and direct. Okay, so if the particular delegator is not having the ability to give direction, ability to guide others, then there is a problem of delegation. No means to ensure that the authority is being properly used by the subordinate. If a delegating no done, is there any guarantee that the particular authority has to be used properly by the subordinate? If there is a question arises, then it is if that could be the question arises in the mind of the delegator, then he will be hesitating himself for delegation of the authority to his subordinate. So these are the part on the side of difficulties in delegation from the delegator side. If there is a reduction of their influence, okay, if the delegator feels that my influencing power will reduce, okay, I will do much more than others. And if the manager feels that okay, he is incompetent, he is in his work methods, okay, if he is feeling like that, if the subordinate could take the wrong decision because of the power, okay, if the subordinates are not capable or reliable Okay, if the delegator is not able to guide, not able to direct the particular subordinates, okay, and there is no means of ensure that the authority is being properly used by the subordinate. Okay, so if the particular superior or delegator is not having any kind of ensure, he is not in a position to ensure that whether the particular subordinate is able to do the particular task properly because of the particular authority or not. If that kind of guarantee is not there, then it is very difficult in the delegation of the authority to the subordinate. So apart from the delegator, what is the problem arises with the subordinate? Okay, who is taking, who is accepting the delegation? Okay, so difficulties in delegation, non-acceptance of delegation. Why a particular subordinate is not accepting the delegation? Who is delegating? It is the superior who is delegating or transferring the powers from him to the others. So why a subordinate is not delegating, not accepting the delegation? First one is lack of self confidence. किसी ने आपको पावर दिया एज ए सुपीरियर, आप सबऑर्डिनेट हो, आपके पास कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है, देन you can't utilize that particular authority or power. Similarly, play safe. Sometimes the subordinate feels that I want to play safe, I will not try to take the risk. So why should I take risk? So that is the question. Then afraid of committing mistake. It might arise that the subordinate feels that if mistake could be there, then there is a problematic for the department, problematic for the organization. So they will not delegate. They will not accept the delegation. Okay. Then overburdened with duties. If the particular subordinate is overburdened with other duties, then whatever the authority will be given to him, he can't utilize that authority because of the overburden of the duties. Then resources are not available. If authority given, if the physical and financial resources and or human resources are not given to a particular subordinate, then he can't accept that delegation. Then when no incentives are available to them, इफ़ अथॉरिटी आपको दिया गया, आप काम को अंजाम दोगे, लेकिन आपके पास क्या है, अच्छा इंसेंटिव नहीं मिल रहा है, आपको सिर्फ काम ही दिया गया है, आपको कुछ अथॉरिटी ही दिया गया है, आपको फाइनेंशियल बेनिफिट कुछ नहीं मिल रहा है, सो व्हाई शुड यू वर्क without incentives? So when no incentives are available, then this particular those who are accepting the delegation, they will not accept the delegation. Okay. So lack of self confidence, so yeah, to be safe, okay, I will not take risk. Okay, if the subordinate feels like that, okay, if subordinate feels that it might happen that if they will commit mistake, if they will commit errors, then there is a problem to the organization. If the particular subordinate is already overburdened with certain duties, responsibilities, okay, so he will not take the extra work. Similarly, if the resources are not available also, if the resources are not sufficient or optimum also, then the particular subordinate should not take the delegation also or accept the delegation. When no incentives are available to them, if there is no incentives are available because of taking that authority, okay, because of accepting that authority, then it is very difficult on the part of delegation. Now we are discussing about the effective delegation. Okay, कब एक delegation को हम बोल सकते हैं कि वो effective होगा, सबसे अच्छा होगा, सबसे बेहतर होगा? So functional definition. Okay, जिसको जो काम दिया गया है, अगर वो काम करे, okay, उसके फंक्शन के अनुसार, उसके टास्क के अनुसार वो काम करे, okay, उसको वो पावर दिया गया है, so उसके तब क्या होगा, द डेलीगेशन विल बी इफेक्टिव. ओके, जिसको जो काम दिया गया है वो काम को वो अंजाम देगा, वो काम को वो बेहतरीन तरीके से करेगा, तो उस वक्त हम बोल सकते हैं कि द डेलीगेशन विल बी व्हाट, इफेक्टिव. देन डेलीगेशन बाय रिजल्ट्स एक्सपेक्टेड. So always the delegation is always result expected. If you are delegating the power to someone, authority to someone, okay, if the result is not getting, result he is not getting, or result is not achievable, or goal is not achievable, then there is no delegation. So every delegation to be treated as effective, it is result expected. Then parity of authority and responsibility. Whenever the delegation should be effective when there is a balance in between authority and responsibility. आप एक को responsibility दिए लेकिन उसको उसके responsibility के अनुसार आप authority नहीं दिए तो वो कभी भी effective नहीं होगा. So responsibility के साथ साथ आप उसको क्या देना चाहिए, authority देना चाहिए. So it is there should be balance in between what responsibility authority. आपके responsibility के मुताबिक आपको क्या देना चाहिए, authority देना चाहिए. Absoluteness of responsibility. What is this absoluteness of responsibility means what? आप अपना responsibility जो है आप अपना responsibility if you are superior, if you are giving certain power to someone to accomplish a particular task, then if certain mistake arises with the subordinate, then you as a person you are responsible for the whole action. इफ डिपार्टमेंट में डिपार्टमेंट मैनेजर है, वो डिपार्टमेंट मैनेजर दूसरे लोगों को दूसरे स्टाफ को कुछ भी अथॉरिटी देता है और काम करवाने के लिए कहता है, अगर दूसरे स्टाफ अगर कोई भी मिस्टेक कर लिए तो इट इज़ नॉट दैट पर्टिकुलर स्टाफ इज रेस्पॉन्सिबल, इट इज़ द डिपार्टमेंट मैनेजर और डिपार्टमेंट हेड विल बी रेस्पॉन्सिबल. देन यूनिटी ऑफ कमांड. व्हाट इज यूनिटी ऑफ कमांड? यूनिटी ऑफ कमांड का मतलब क्या है? द पर्टिकुलर सबऑर्डिनेट has to give answer or has to be accountable one boss only. There should not be two boss. Okay, if there should be two boss, then he should confuse to whom he is accountable, to whom or from whom he has to give or receive orders. Okay, किससे वो ऑर्डर रिसीव करेगा वो कन्फ्यूजन में रहेगा. सो ऑलवेज ए सबऑर्डिनेट हैज़ टू बी अकाउंटेबल टू वन बॉस ओनली. सो यूनिटी ऑफ कमांड अगर उसको प्रिंसिपल यहाँ पे काम करता है तो वो डेलीगेशन क्या होगा, इफेक्टिव होगा. वेल डिफाइंड लिमिट्स ऑफ ऑथोरिटी. तुम्हारा जो ऑथोरिटी तुमको मिला है देयर इज अ लिमिटेशन. आप अपने ऑथोरिटी को किस हद तक यूज़ करोगे. Okay, you can't use your authority beyond your power. Okay, so that's why there is a well defined limits how much extent you can use your authority. Okay, then authority level principle. Authority level principle. So every authority says that you are having you should use a particular power. Okay, you should use the particular authority and simultaneously you can accomplish the work at par with what the responsibility. Okay, so at that time we can tell that there will be effective delegation. जिसको जो काम दिया गया है, जिसको जो फंक्शन दिया गया है वो फंक्शन करे. Okay, and every delegation result oriented, and if it is result you are getting or the goal you are achieving, and also apart from the responsibility you are giving the authority also, and also you should know who is the ultimate responsible. Okay, you can't delegate the responsibility. Responsibility never be delegated. It is the authority only which can be delegated. Responsibility lies with the person who is the responsible, who is having the position. So that's why there is a absoluteness of what responsibility. And unity of command means a particular person has to receive order from one boss only. There should not be two boss. Then there should be a limitation of authority and as well as principles, and as well as what every level, whether top level, bottom level or middle level, every level of the management there is certain delegation. Okay, so upper level में भी delegation होता है, middle level भी delegation होता है, lower level में भी delegation होता है. upper level वाले delegate करते हैं middle level को, middle level वाले down level को delegate. So every level there is a delegation. If there is a obstruction, if there is a obstacle in the delegation, then there is a problem in any level. So in this case or in this way the effective delegation can take place. Then what is the difference between the authority as well as power? So what is the difference of authority and power? Look at authority. In the case of authority, the legal and formal right to give orders and commands and take decision is known as authority. If you are having the legal right or formal right to take decision, that comes under what? Authority. But power क्या है? Because of your ability, because of your potentiality, you can influence others and control others. Like this is known as पावर. पावर का मतलब क्या है? आप अपने एबिलिटी से दूसरे का बिहेवियर चेंज करते हो और एक्शन लेते हो और कंट्रोल करते हो, वो क्या है? पावर है. इट इज़ अ फॉर्मल राइट गिवन टू हाई ऑफिशियल. सो अथॉरिटी क्या है? इट इज़ फॉर्मली, इट इज़ प्योरली डिफाइंड वो पेन एंड पेपर में ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट में रिटन है, ओके, फॉर्मल स्ट्रक्चर में, ऑर्गेनाइज स्ट्रक्चर में रिटन है कौन किसके ऊपर है कौन किसके नीचे है. सो फॉर्मल राइट, यू आर हैविंग द राइट, ओके, टू गिव गिवन टू द हाई ऑफिशियल, ओके, हाई ऑफिशियल जो हाई रैंक में होते हैं उनको जो पावर दिया गया है वो अथॉरिटी बोलते हैं. लेकिन ये पावर क्या है, पर्सनल ट्रेड से आता है, पर्सनल क्वालिटी से आता है पावर. देन ऑथोरिटी क्या है, ऑथोरिटी डिपेंड्स अपॉन योर पोजीशन इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड the position you are occupying in the office, okay, that depends upon the authority. And power कहाँ से आता है, because of the knowledge and expertise also the power comes. एंड ऑथोरिटी हमेशा फ्लो करता है टॉप से बॉटम, बॉटम से अप नहीं, टॉप से बॉटम हमेशा फ्लो करता है. लेकिन पावर जो है कहीं पे भी जा सकता है, टॉप बॉटम, बॉटम अप, ओके, कभी भी, ओके, टॉप से बॉटम जाता है, टॉप से मिडिल जाता है, मिडिल से टॉप जाता है. सो इट कैन मूव एनी डायरेक्शन, देयर इज नो स्पेसिफिक डायरेक्शन ऑफ दिस पावर, ओके. एंड ऑथोरिटी इज लीगल, ओके, एंड दिस पावर इज नॉट लीगल. देन इट रिसाइड्स विद डिजिग्नेशन, ओके. सो आपके डिजिग्नेशन के अनुसार आपको क्या दिया गया है, ऑथोरिटी दिया गया है, ओके. द कलेक्टर इज हैविंग द ऑथराइज्ड पर्सन, okay, but the person who is having the gangster or Bahubali, he is not having the authority, he might have the power. So there is a difference between the authority as well as power. So it resides with the designation. So authority कहाँ रिसाइड करता है, बिकॉज ऑफ यू आर हैविंग द डिजिग्नेशन, सो यू आर एंजॉइंग द ऑथोरिटी. एंड बट पावर इज रिसाइड विद द पर्सन, वो पर्सन के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है पावर, ओके. सो दिस इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन व्हाट एंड व्हाट, दिस इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन ऑथोरिटी एंड पावर, ओके. So what we discussed today we discussed about the power, okay. Power मतलब क्या है, the power means it is the capability to influence and direct the behavior of others is known as what, power. It is a personal force. And power sources of power, it may be reward power, courtship power, expert power, referent power, legitimate power हो सकता है, okay. Then authority का मतलब क्या है, authority means what, it is defined as the power to take decision which guide the actions of other, okay. The power to take decision which guides the actions of other is known as authority. Thereafter we discuss about the authority. Thereafter we discuss about the delegation of authority, जिसका मीनिंग क्या है, you have to transfer, you have to pass your power of decision making to other subordinate so that he will take the decision, he will perform the task. Thereafter we discuss about the characteristics of delegation of authority. Then we discuss about the steps or process of delegation. पहले क्या रिजल्ट एक्सपेक्ट करते हो, उसके बाद क्या है, ड्यूटी को असाइनमेंट करो, ओके, सबऑर्डिनेट को, उसको पावर दो और आखिर में वो अकाउंटेबल होगा, okay. Then importance of delegation we discuss. Thereafter we discuss what is the limitation on the part of delegator or on the part of this particular, okay, superior while delegating the authority to the subordinate. Thereafter we discussed what is the reason behind not accepting the delegation when a superior is transferring his authority to others, okay. Then what is the effective delegation, it may be functional delegation, okay, it may be result expected, it may be parity of authority and responsibility, it may be absolute less of responsibility, it may be unity of command, it may be a well defined authority and limits of authority, then authority level of principle. Last we discuss about what, authority and power. Power lies with the person but authority lies with the position as well as what, designation. This is the things we discussed today while discussing about power, authority, delegation of authority, as well as what, effective delegation, and what is the difference between power and delegation. And also we discuss about the steps or process of delegation. Thank you, thanks for listening.